Oh, there's no music. That's right. I mean, oh, perfect.
And I'm
Well,
not part of it. Yay!
hey everybody. It's the most podcast. It's the most generic podcast on the internet. It is the podcast. It is the POI podcast. Holy shit. You don't have the music. I don't. I'm all thrown off.
I'm
I
not even
know.
on the screen, so I could just drop off.
You're there. I see you.
What?
What's going on, my friends? How you been? How? That's weird. Well, good for you.
Oh, here.
Oh, yeah. That might be next on our list. All for all three of us. Maybe not next, but you know, what's up? Yeah, I'm having some major NVIDIA technical issues tonight, so Francis is doing the controlling of the stream tonight.
Hi, hello. I'm back. I thought that they kicked me out, but I just don't know how to use Discord.
I mean, you were asleep when I was, so
Oh boy.
hey, I'm over here.
I was gonna try and make the eagle noise, but I didn't. I decided that it probably wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, I think I yeah, it doesn't. I don't know why it isn't updating. Much like the um, RSS feed into Spotify. For some reason, it hasn't updated since August of last year. Um, I just before we got started here, I did remove it from Spotify and then resubmit. So I hope that fixes that. Which I guess that could lead us into what? Got rid of? Oh, okay.
The whole banner's just gone.
There is no goal. Well, thanks, Francis. I can tell you. It should show you on the screen in the middle, possibly. It was somebody that we met at WonderCon. Artemis Kiki. Yes. So I guess that leads us into the first topic. We Francis and I were at WonderCon. I flew out to sunny, not so sunny California, overcast California for the weekend, and we drove past Watts and Inglewood and Crenshaw and went to Anaheim. Yes. Um, but no, we went. We had a really good stay at a hotel. Basically, a block and a half from the hotel. Thanks, Francis. That was that was a great uh, pickup. Yeah, and I mean by Saturday, our toes were had something to say differently about that, but despite me not helping the situation whatsoever, yes, it was. I'd never seen Francis high step at just instead of standing still. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But it was it Friday afternoon or Saturday afternoon that we ran into Artemis? Saturday. Okay, it's Friday afternoon. Yeah, I thought when
Wonderful.
it was kinda like being at, the country restaurant with the rocking chairs out front.
Cracker Barrel.
That's it, yeah.
I went I've been to one of those once, one time, and it was awful. So, yeah, I don't understand, and I'm white, and I don't understand why people like it, so this should also I mean, like, I'm vegan and allergic to, like, a lot of stuff, so not
Sure, sure.
very, you know yeah, no peanuts,
Yeah,
fortunately.
of all the things, they didn't have any, like, peanut, uh, based sauces or anything like that, so at least that was
No, but, it's like I can have all of, like, oatmeal or, like, because you
fruit.
go there for breakfast, obviously,
Right.
and or, like, an English muffin, and they're like, "Well, we have peanut butter," and I'm like, "Sure you do."
I guess that wouldn't be good. But, yeah, while we took a little break Saturday, to just kinda check out things, we ran into Artemis Kiki, and, that's when I discovered that, the Spotify, feed for some reason hasn't updated since August of last year. While I look like a total fool going, "Oh, yeah, look it up this way. Oh, spell it this way. Nope, that didn't work either. We'll try this." Well, I can tell you it's at this place and this place for sure. So that was a little embarrassing, but, kind of a fun way to have an interaction with somebody.
Hey,
I
man,
mean
I made one time I made, business cards and didn't
mm.
even put the fucking website on it with the most ridiculous spelling ever, so it can't get any worse than that. Our socials were on there, so, like, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah, and our email is on there too, but just not our website 'cause why where we stream, why would you we were on iTunes and Stitcher at the time, so you could search for us. Also, I just wanna apologize, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's just tiny dogs running amok in my house. So,
Mm. The noise gate's catching a lot of it,
okay,
so
well, good. I don't know because like my headphones just like amplify everything, so I just assume that you guys hear everything. So
mm.
anyway,
Anyway.
WonderCon.
WonderCon was awesome. It's too bad you weren't there, Savannah. It would have been a lot of fun had you, got to, come and join us. You would have got to alternate beds every night. You probably wouldn't have wanted to do
No,
that to either one of them, but, you know, we could have found you someplace to sleep.
no, you guys would have alternated beds.
Oh, sure, sure, sure.
I would have just slept at a Marriott and been like, you guys are on your own.
Mhm,
Perfect. Oh,
mhm.
right.
Right. Oh, I didn't write that down, but that was a fun interaction. I mean, did you? I was like, I didn't think that was a swindle. I thought it was actually a pretty good deal. Mhm, mhm. Mhm. No, well, she's like, I'm gonna give you 10,000 points on your Hilton reward. And I was like, "For what?" And she's like, "'Cause I can." And she did. And then yeah. So, next thing you know, I'm being asked to fork over like $300.
Oof.
And I'm like, No." Like, I'll take the free fucking points, like we could work something out that, other than money for those fucking 10,000 points, like we can go down on you for 10 minutes or something like that. Like, oh, and she did. And she did. She got you. Once she got your credit card number, she didn't care about me. Yeah. 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 But it was basically like a Hilton Groupon, basically, right? Yeah. 3 years later, they said, because you gotta go through a fucking metal detector to go to a basically to an outdoor restaurant/mall. You gotta go through a metal detector. And I pull out of my pocket amongst, wallet and phone, there was, uh, a vape pen and a extra cartridge, and somebody who wasn't helping me, it was one of the other guards was like, what's in those cartridges?" And I was just like, tobacco? Question mark. And the guy that asked the question, he's like looking down and like not quite touching the things because COVID's and shit. But he's like, you can't bring these into Disney property. These aren't allowed. And I was like, all right, well, that sucks. He's like, well, you can take them back to your car. They were being really cool about it. To be fair, the one guy was being really cool. He did not want to throw them away. He did not want to take them away from me. He kept giving me the option to go back to my car.
Did
I
you
was like,
throw them away?
I was like, I walked over here from a hotel. It's like 20-minute walk. I'm not walking back there. I'm hungry. And
Mm.
I had him in my hand and I was like, where's the trash can? And they took them from me. And then I was like, all right, cool. I'm leaving. And then next thing you know, they're pulling me off to the side so they could fucking wand me and shit.
Oh.
So yeah, France is all innocent. He's trying to separate himself from me as much as
Mhm,
possible without being
mhm.
rude. Yeah. Yeah. Well, next
Sorry.
time, if it is Savannah, I know where I'm putting the cartridges. Right. So maybe the third time will be a charm. Maybe the third visit, I'll have learned my lesson.
My basement is flooding, and that's not remotely sexual. That's just I own a house and it's springtime. Mud season gives me more anxiety than tick season. These are all dog related. Um, And let's see. I've been watching, not playing, just watching a lot of Elden Ring being played. And I mean, I have a foster right now. He sucks, but you know. I mean, people say it. That's why I had to, you know, make that.
Francis.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't remember what led to that, but I said it's something that an alpha male would say.
Oh God.
No. Oh, yes, yes, yes. And I said that's something that a fucking alpha male would say
Oh my God.
instead of saying that he was in between girlfriends.
That is so awful.
I know, but that's why it was so funny though.
It's so terrible.
Yeah, like in reality, it's not funny at all. But like in the context of a fucking alpha Chad male kind of guy, like fucking college guy. Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Basement is
Mm.
flooded, my man.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Um,
I mean, the time
I
is
mean, if your
passing
basement
and
was flooding, Francis, you would think it was pretty exciting. If you like, you walk downstairs and there, it's leaking, seeping.
and when I say at this point it's seepage. Uh Sorry, there are dogs fighting right below me right now. Um it's just we live in a very the soil composition is mostly clay. So it's a very wet ground. So my house is built in the 1940s and cinder block construction, basement. Very moist. The
Mm.
hydrostatic pressure
Oh
is a
shit!
lot. So I literally have like FEMA flood insurance because it's fucking stupid. What? Oh.
See, that's the other thing that sucks. I can't see the chat right now because like I'm trying to.
Oh. Yeah. That's the only thing. Ginger isn't even on yet. Or I don't know. I can't see who's in the Francis. Oh no. Oh no. So it's just me talking.
The last
Okay,
few minutes
perfect.
has just been nothing.
Just
That's.
me talking about nothing. Perfect. Okay. I will say,
And,
I watched the show Is It Cake?
okay, what is that?
It's literally it's literally, it's a baking competition about like Raptor and Ninja. Oh man, I want my nickname to be Raptor now. Um it's a hyper
Mm.
realistic cake
Okay.
competition
I can see.
where they have just these judges that are like, "Oh, out of these 6 cakes or out of these 6 objects, which one is the cake?" And they'll all be like really similar items and then they choose, but like the host is Mikey Day from Saturday Night Live and each episode and each like cake joke that he makes you can just see his soul just escaping out of his dead eyes. It's pretty excellent.
Intense. Oh,
And it's just me
so
frowning.
it's
Yeah.
just so it's even funnier because it's completely out of context then. Oh man.
I think
Well,
that the podcasting gods are trying to. You were there for a
they're
second.
definitely
Nah, and now I should be there now because I turned on the audio aux device, so I should probably be heard. Let me know if you can hear me, because that'd be cool. Yeah, oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
you good.
All right, there you go. So anyway, I'm between holes at the moment. Just,
Are you?
you haven't missed. No, I'm not. But have you?
Oh, okay. I was like, I missed a lot.
Well, but the joke, but then I have to tell the joke because no one heard it. Hi, Ginger. Yeah, you missed that.
Nothing. You missed
We
nothing.
missed nothing because
Francis was
I was
quiet.
I was inaudible for 20 minutes. I did
Yeah.
the intro. I did the intro too. Like I did the intro. I'm like, "Is my best friend in podcasting part for a night?" And I did the whole thing I did the whole thing at the beginning. I did all this stuff at the beginning, and no one heard it. I was like
I
looking.
hope that Star Wars Celebration watches this episode. And
This is the
episode.
example.
yeah, this is the one that we're gonna submit for that.
This is we're submitting to. They're submitting this to every. Now that I'm on, like people are coming in. So hi everyone. now that you can actually hear me.
We'll just start
Well,
over at this point.
All right. Anyway, welcome to the Points of Interest podcast. No. I guess real quick recap. We went to WonderCon. Savannah's basement is flooded, and is both literally and euphemistically.
Yes.
I realized that not only can I, when I wear a belt, can I be between holes, but also when I'm dating. And finally, Josh is unable to enter into Disneyland because downtown Disney actually specifically because he likes to bring paraphernalia in, whether it's phallic-looking microphones or phallic-looking vapes. So that's what they're trying to prevent because he's a perv, I guess, in the eyes of Disney.
Yeah, I'm a bad person.
Well, yeah.
But other than that, hi everyone.
And I was just describing the plot to Is It Cake?
Which it keeps getting recommended to me on Netflix. Like, is it? And it's just.
I mean, we binged it in one night, and it was pretty ridiculous. But
Well, it came from the meme. Like, there's a meme of Is It Cake, right? Like, they show
right.
like a
And,
can
like,
of
it's just
Coke.
this whole thing of like, something will be hyper realistic, and then you'll just see a knife come in. You're like, what?
Is it ever not cake?
Yeah.
Has it been not cake? Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a few that have actually fooled it, but like when you're watching it, you're like, what? How? But between lighting and distance, like the judges can actually be fooled.
So have they ever put like a human leg on there and they try to cut into it? It's like, is this human leg cake?
Shoes or like purses, a bucket of sand, like all sorts of shit. Like they did like nachos.
What they need to do is they have to put a cake in there, and then when they cut into it, it's like a tire or something.
Just like a tire and fondant.
Yeah, they're like, is this a tiered cake? Oh no, it's not. It's cardboard boxes.
Nope. It's a human head.
This is how we hide the bodies. Cut. That'd be better. Anyway, so Kevin Smith can't get a break.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, I mean, Kevin Smith, he doesn't allow himself a break because he has to always be working on something. But he graced WonderCon with his presence on Friday night. for a little 1 hour Q&A session, which meant there was really only going to be about 4 or 5 questions asked because he's a wordy guy. My highlights from that were basically he can make a crowd hang on to every single word that he says.
Well, yeah, that's a skill.
He told a warm-up story, Savannah, of him driving up Mulholland Drive and noticed 2 people walking down Mulholland Drive where the girl was facing the guy, you know, like and he was carrying her. And as he approached them, noticed that they were having sex while walking. And then turned around and looked again, and then turned around and realized he had to go back up the hill, so we had to do another U-turn and drive past him again. And people in this room were just like on the edge of their seats waiting for the next sentence.
It was like I love your synopsis of like this 15-minute story, because he just, man, because that's just the power of Kevin Smith. Like, he knows how to paint a picture. Yeah. But I think my favorite part is, well, I'll keep going. Anyway, what are your other highlight? Because I have a favorite.
Well, I mean, I didn't write down necessarily my favorite stories that were told, but there were some cool interactions. There was a kid, I don't remember the kid's name, Cody, I believe the kid's name was. He was 8 years old.
Oh yeah.
And he and Kevin had a really fun, personable interaction with each other about what's your favorite superhero? Why do you like superheroes? He asked Kevin to pick his favorite Batman story to read for a young adult, or not even young adult, just for a kid.
Yeah, he's 8. He's not a young adult. He's not quite the young adult yet.
Yeah, and Kevin was sitting there going like, I'm having a real hard time thinking of any titles for a kid to read. a Batman title to read. But what was really funny is the guy that came right after the kid was dressed just like the kid who asked a question.
Yeah.
And at one point, the older version, he said, "Well, I'm Cody from the future."
Yeah, it was cute. It was really cute.
It was really good.
No, but
were they together?
No, they were two separate.
It was just mere coincidence. Okay.
Yeah. Just
or it was actually Cody from the future.
Blonde hair, ponytail. I mean, the kid had blonde hair, ponytail, and I think a Batman shirt. The guy had blonde hair, Batman shirt, and blonde hair.
So, Ginger, no, I didn't see. Josh, did you see the Fat and 40 special?
Fat and 40. No. What was that?
I don't know. That's what Ginger said. I guess it's a Kevin Smith special. So there's this Fat and 40 special, and it's absolute genius, she says.
Yeah,
no,
I do believe I have seen that, yes.
Okay. No, look, all I have to say about that was he did make a comment about Bruce Willis at the end, because somebody asked, which was, cathartic for the guy, so good for him. And lastly, my favorite thing was that Comic-Con International ended up insulting him when trying to promote an article or a picture of the actual panel, and they called him, even though I think they were joking and being tongue-in-cheek, but they called him a slight nuisance. And I'm like, yeah, I mean,
yes,
I think that was a joke more than anything, but Kevin took it seriously, and I thought that was interesting. Anyway, so
it wasn't worded very well. I think we both got the point of what they were trying to say, but it just didn't come across right.
So find and watch. Okay, so yeah, so now that I can be heard, Ginger wants us to watch it. So there you go.
I think I've seen that one. I'm not 100%.
Do you even? This is a curious question. Sven, do you even care about Kevin Smith? Like, do you even like the guy?
I like Kevin Smith.
Okay. I was curious. Because I know a lot of people don't.
Who is that?
No, no, I know a lot of people don't like. There's quite a few people who are not a fan.
He's vegan.
Is it? Yeah. Josh was surprised. He thought it was surgery that got him to get thin, but he turned vegan after the heart attack.
He had a heart attack. Yeah. And he was like, all right. And his daughter and Harley Quinn was already vegan, so it was pretty easy to switch over.
Mm-hmm. Yep, still wore shorts, so good for him.
Good.
Oversized coat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sport coat.
Hi, everybody. Keep it up. Let's have this every week, every night. Let's go. Yeah, join us. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to follow. You get interesting stories about stuff that we did.
Yes. You get to see the chat. I don't see whatever you're seeing. So if you're reacting to something. I don't know what you're reacting to.
The chat numbers are going up. Where you have 10 people in the room. Hi, everyone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not logged in because I can never remember my fucking password. So.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I can see the number of how many people are on because because the Stream Deck is connected to Twitch, but I can't see anything else that's happening. Francis and I also went to the Attack of the Show. There was an Attack of the Show documentary panel hosted by everybody's best friend, Chris Gore.
You see everyone's best friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a pretty cool documentary. Just kind of getting a lot of behind-the-scenes information. They're not really talking to the hosts necessarily. They've all apparently have said their piece and said their story about Attack of the Show, but just a documentary on how the show came about, why, and some of the key players. That's interesting to me because I thought it was an awesome show, and overall, I thought the panel was informative and entertaining. So the old clips of the show were fun to watch.
Sorry.
Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
Have you seen that before, Savannah?
Yes.
I know what it is.
I knew what it was. Hadn't seen it. I'd seen clips. I have now seen it. Liked it right up to the end. I won't, since you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but...
Yeah, so it's tradition for WonderCon to end...
The ending... the ending sucked for me.
Oh, Too Fat for 40, not 40 and Fabulous, or what did you ever use? Ginger? Okay.
Yeah, I have seen that, I believe.
The show ends with every year ends with the used to end in the arena, which is a gigantic room. It's almost a theater. It is a theater, and they would end it with Dr. Horrible. And for the last 5 years, minus the last 2, I guess, the audience has been declining. Pre all the controversy, it just had been declining. People just, I guess, are done with watching that thing. But they keep hosting it. They keep doing it, right? Because it's a tradition to keep that going.
It's a tradition.
Yeah, but it filled an arena once. I actually saw it once fill an entire arena of a couple thousand people. Everyone was dancing, singing along, pointing at the screen, doing all the actions. There's a scene where you have to go put your hands back and forth, and people were doing that. And, it's young Nathan Fillion, young Felicia Day, young Neil Patrick Harris. And it's just, it was just it's just a funny little, thing to do at the end of a con. So, having done the Star Wars Celebration, did they do something like that as well for, cons like that? Do they have a tradition that ends it?
I don't know.
You don't watch the holiday special and act out certain parts or throw vegetables at the screen or anything like that?
No, not that I know of.
I want to know who started, just like with Rocky Horror Picture Show, who started all the screen interaction things, or not really screen interaction, but like Francis was saying, dancing or singing along. There's galloping apparently at some point during this, where people get up and gallop like horses and shit.
Yeah, during the Bad Horse song, yeah.
It's one of those cult classic things that just people started doing it and it just caught on. Like you said, like Rocky Horror.
But how did it go across states and cities?
I
when there
have
was
no idea,
internet?
Josh. Look, do you want me to do research for next week?
You're our local historian there, Savannah.
All right. My phone's dying. I can't. I got one of these 6 computers I have around me here.
You do have 17 monitors around you. It's pretty impressive.
You know,
I miss those days.
Never know, okay?
I miss those days where I had a ton of monitors around me. Now I just have the one and it makes me sad.
It's because I have inadequate lighting. I'm usually darker than this. So I literally have an open browser with a white background that giving me light here.
You gotta show off the teeth. You gotta show off the straight pearly whites now.
They're not straight yet.
Oh.
Okay, we're working on it.
Hey.
But
We're
they're
almost
getting there with.
Yeah. Do you actually have them on now? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That was so gross. I'm sorry. No, I started wearing plastic braces, and yeah.
I was setting you up for this where the.
No, I
was
know
setting
you
up
want
for
me
this
to
where
you
the
want me to
commercial
say
would
it,
be.
but I don't want to give them
Right.
free advertising because they're not going
Right.
to pay us for it.
I know. I'm just saying.
You know what
that,
I will advertise though? The Honey coupon extension app. Maybe $200.
Not
Yeah.
affiliated with the show by any means,
But honey, honey, sponsor us.
they should. They should.
Are you looking for a cheap set of plastic thingies? Well,
Are you
look no
looking
further.
for literally any coupon code that could be working at any point? Honey.
Tired of searching on the internet
And-
by
and-
yourself?
And do you not want to look for those coupon
Yeah.
codes? You want to just be chilling on a website and go, "Hey, look at this button up
Do
here."
you want to just push the button and it does it for you? Here you go.
See, we are so fucking good at this. Why can't people just jump on board? We're really good at this.
Okay, well, because we need to we actually have to hit our goal of 50 followers first. I think once we do that,
Oh my god,
that's all right.
literally
Hey,
happening under. Oh,
I can see that there's people watching the show, and I'm willing to bet some of you, if not all of you, aren't subscribed for watching or following, or not watching, but following.
I'm sure all of you are not watching. You're just kind of hanging out. But thanks.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
It's one of those things where they leave us on in the background for their dogs that feel lonely,
Oh,
and I get
Oh.
that.
yeah. Well, you have that. We have that voice. We all have those voices that just soothe
Yes.
the savage beast. Either that, or we just get their basements wet. Either way, it happens.
Well, what got my basement wet at one point during the weekend, Francis, was getting a small little taste of your culture with a dinner with one of our.
Oh, jeez. I didn't realize you were going to bring this up, but okay.
Why wouldn't I?
I don't know. It's weird.
It was a thing. It was. I got to experience Filipino food. I mean, why wouldn't I talk about that?
I don't know. That's weird.
Why is it weird to talk about fucking eating food?
No.
When you went to Japan, what did we talk about? Places you went and ate food. Why is that weird?
Did I?
I had sushi this weekend.
You can have sushi? How does it?
Vegetarian
Vegan
sushi.
Oh,
Is it even the same thing? Probably not.
I don't know. Well, what's in vegetarian sushi? Because there's no fish. So what's in it?
It's rice and avocado and sweet potato and.
Oh man! And you can't even have the egg one. Like they have the tamagi, which is egg sushi. It's like a slice of egg, rice, and the wrap.
Oh God.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry, I cut off your story about Filipino food.
Well, it was delicious.
Wonderful.
It was pork. It was all pork. So your worst enemy, Savannah. Your worst enemy. It was all that. It was all various forms of pig, in different states of death. Yeah.
States of.
Well, one
like half alive? Like what the hell?
one was dyed and deep fried. One was dyed and chopped up into little tiny pieces and mashed into like a paste, and then some
like a hash.
Pate or like a.
sort of. Well, how was it? I didn't have any of the sing sing, which was the thing that you had, the brownish thing.
I preferred the chunks of pork belly as
Oh my God,
opposed
okay.
to the.
And then we also had it in an egg roll. So those were the three different ways that it was murdered and stuffed. That's how we got rid of the body. We served it three
Is it
different ways. Yes.
We didn't get any cake. We didn't get any ice cream.
No, we
Francis did on Sunday though get some shaved.
Oh,
ice.
Italian ice.
Yeah.
I now love Italian ice. Italian ice is amazing. If you've never had Italian ice,
cones?
yeah, but there's something to it. I don't know what it is. It was so different. Like the consistency, the texture was really weird.
It looked like sand.
It looked like sand. You're absolutely right. It looked like sand.
Was it like Dippin' Dots?
No, thank God, no. I'm so glad that's not a thing anymore. Nobody does that. I don't see Dippin' Dots anywhere anymore, and I'm a happier person for
you
it.
went to a hockey basketball game or the circus or anything else that's held in a basketball arena.
Hockey basketball game. Whatever that is, I want to know.
Wait, do they only sell it at sporting events? They have to sell
Usually.
it.
That's the only place I've ever seen it. That and a few
Or like-
7-Elevens that have deep freezes.
Yeah, I've seen that more than anything.
Well, no, I don't. I just maybe.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, I haven't been to a sporting event then, because I don't know. I just know that I haven't had Dippin' Dots, and I love Italian ice. Italian ice is amazing. Go get it. And also, we had freaking one of the most delicious cheesecakes we've had ever.
I almost forgot about cheesecake. We did.
Yeah.
That
Go
was
to the
delicious.
Cheesecake Factory.
No, some Napoli at downtown Disney, at an Italian restaurant, with a very strange and eccentric waiter who did weird things to us. I mean, not to us, but towards us in our general direction. He didn't do anything to us, but he said and did things that were just like, why are you doing that? And why are you saying those things? Please relax. And he wouldn't. He refused to relax.
No. Yeah, food was food was an adventure. We got some pho as well.
Oh yeah, we
It
did.
was good.
Yeah. From an unattentive set of waiters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
It's just up front or something else.
Yeah, they're laundering money.
Yeah, exactly. I saw the guy stuffing the money
It's
in
the
his
part of the
pocket.
show. Hold on.
All right, show us.
Oh,
Oh my goodness!
yeah.
Look at that doggy. Look at that doggy.
This
See,
is
that's-
Estelle Getty.
This is how we get the views.
And she just looks like unamused. Like,
I mean, she's
Well,
adorable.
one thing that was pretty cool. Two things that were
Aw.
pretty cool that both happened on Saturday. First of all, we noticed on Friday while we were walking around how many how many empty tables there were just around the convention. There were empty tables that had name tags, so those people clearly hadn't set that up yet. But there were a lot of empty tables with no name tags on them. And we kept
yeah, and you
commenting.
guys just set up shop.
Yeah, well, we kept commenting about how funny it would be to just
Oh, how
come
it-
over a table and just, sit down and pretend like we're supposed to be there.
Like we
But all
do.
the tables that we kept seeing that were like that were like in a long row of Artist Alley. So we would have had to either walk behind the entire row to get to the
No.
empty table, or do some manipulating of the table to get in behind it. But then on Saturday afternoon, we just found 3 empty tables. One
Well-
was kind of on a what?
We saw somebody sitting there though too, right? At one of the empty tables, we saw somebody. There's a group of people. It's a couple guys just relaxing after walking around. Yeah.
And we came back by the table a little while later. We just said, you know what, screw it. Let's take this one over here. It has 2 chairs. We don't have to scoot a chair across the aisle or anything to make it look obvious that we're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So we just sat down and I busted out the handheld recorder. We talked a little bit live there on the floor. Plans to do something with that. So we'll see if I can follow through on said plans. But it was a fun experience. It was cool. We technically, because our shit was on that table, we technically had a table at WonderCon this year.
Yes. Oh no.
This
Look at
is
you.
one
The,
Lumbery
the
Scott.
dog transformed. It transformed, grew hair, and changed breeds.
And genders.
What's his name again?
This is Montgomery Scott. He's available for adoption.
Oh.
He's terrible.
Is he giving you all he's got, Captain?
Yeah.
I'm giving you all I've got.
I just wrote up his profile.
Mhm.
It just flew out of my arm. I just wrote up his profile and it was all Star related. No.
You said computer. Oh,
what?
computer.
It was all Star Trek related. Like I said,
Oh, okay.
said adoption, the final frontier.
You can't be as bad as that one dog you had that was
That gigantic dog that you
everything
had.
apart, and
Yeah.
ripping your carpet out of the floor.
Colin. Miss that guy.
Oh, sure.
And then there was Schmitty. That fucker. Yeah. Every time
Wow.
I'm like, oh, I could foster again, and then I just get so stressed out that I'm like, why do I do this? But the addition of a third dog as a permanent resident to the dog farm probably compounded that. So I just need a bigger house, and it'll be fine.
All right.
Which
Soon.
I'm in the process of doing. I've already been pre-approved for a new mortgage, and now I just need to get rid of this one. So
Wow.
3 stories of
Moving on
beautiful
up.
house, doggy houseness.
yeah, I need just like just this much room, and then the rest of it will just be dogs.
Yeah.
You can hopefully find a house that's not next door to a sexual predator.
Yes, that is high on the list.
So you're going to be the one crated, and the dogs will have the run of the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to go. Good to know. I guess we buried the lead as just kind of maybe the last big thing before you kind of wrap up our WonderCon coverage is we got a chance to talk to, and you guys will hopefully get a chance to hear, a very special voice actor person. Josh?
Voice actor person. You built up and then you just fucking fell on your face.
Well, I was... Josh?
Veronica Taylor, the original voice actor of Ash Ketchum.
Oh, nice.
From Pokemon, amongst a multitude of other voices, but that would probably be the one most people would be probably most familiar with. That would be out there in the podcast world.
And you've interviewed her before, haven't you?
Yes, I would even go so far as to say that she's an acquaintance.
She's a close acquaintance, if
Close
anything.
acquaintance, yes. And I say that just because I didn't have to be like when we approached her table, she was a couple of people in front of us, so she was catering to them, and then when she was done, she looked right over and was like, "Come here, give me a hug." And it wasn't like a, "Hey, it's Josh, you remember me?" sort of thing. It was immediately, was wanting to come in for a hug and catch up, and we Francis and I got to meet her daughter. And just kind of see what she's up to, and it was what was the highlight of the whole thing was that she asked me if I had any of my recording equipment with me, and I said all I have is just a little handheld device, and I it's kind of loud in here, but we could do it if you want to chat. And she just said, no, let's do something on the internet, let's do it on your podcast. So in the next few weeks, hopefully, schedules permitted, Veronica Taylor will be on here. We might have to, it might just be me and her, but showcase.
Wow, Josh.
I know.
I mean,
We're not
kind of muddy if we're all in here. You know what I'm saying?
We're not invited. It's okay. I understand. That's fine.
But
I held her lunch.
What?
I held her
An hour
lunch.
ago, I thought I wasn't even on the show anymore. So
That's true. Yeah.
Francis held her, and I think part of why there's this kinship or whatever, I think had to do with how we met her. I was getting ready to moderate her panel at a show in Philadelphia, and she was just, what are you guys laughing about?
I'm yawning because I'm tired, and Francis is laughing at me, and I'm trying not to yawn, and I'm trying not to go.
But
Sorry.
when we met Veronica, she was trying to rush and eat her food while, trying to talk to us and be, we just like, eat your food, relax, and it was just a cool interaction. So it'll be really fun to have her on here, and much like Nikki Rapp a few months ago, I think I'll have her on for the whole episode and see what kind of fun we can get into.
Just make her do voices the entire time.
That's all the. I mean, maybe. I mean, if that's what she wants to do. I've never asked a voice actor in anything we've done to be like, yeah, you should do a voice. Do this voice.
the voice.
So I've always.
It's like that Andy Kaufman, you know.
A bumper. If they Veronica did Ash's voice for a bumper, and I was like, if you want to do Ash, sure. If you want to just do your voice, that's fine too. Like I'm not asking you to do anything. So it just a cool interaction with somebody that I probably in reality have no reason being acquaintance with, but for some reason am. So I'm running with it.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, an awesome weekend. I think Francis and I kind of took it a little easy, kind of eased back into the convention scene, much like WonderCon eased itself back into 2022 after a couple years off. Not a lot of celebrities were there, a lot of vendors, a lot of artists,
a lot of cosplayers.
A lot of cosplay. The cosplay at WonderCon is up there with some of the best shows that I've been to. It rivals San Diego. San Diego, there's a lot more, just because there's a lot more people. But the quality of cosplay, what are you doing there, Francis? Who are you flirting with?
Nothing. I'm just listening to you.
I'm watching your eyebrows bouncing all over the place.
Listen to you talk, man.
But what was I saying? Easing in. So it was a nice coming back to the convention scene. I mentioned to some coworkers this morning that I was a little disappointed that I was not repacking my bag and heading off to Philadelphia to go do that show. Has been tradition in the years past. I do wish we were packing to go to something. If it wasn't Philadelphia, it was some other show to go do the same circus whirlwind all over again in some other city. We just don't have any way of paying for that.
Well, hopefully,
once we hit 50 and we get all these sponsors that we're all primed to sell our souls to.
Honey, your number one spot for online coupons.
Look, it could be Honey. It could be Taco Bell because they're doing their 60th anniversary this year. It could be Fleshlight. I don't care.
I was gonna say, are you?
Somebody should pay us to hawk their shit.
We have to prove ourselves first. I'd love it if they just give it to us, but we have to.
Longevity, right? We could do like an Extends commercial.
Sure. But anyway, no. Look, I was gonna say, maybe, if it works out, maybe Savannah and I will be talking about Star Wars Celebration.
Hell yeah!
Why did I get kicked out of the fucking club all of a sudden?
Well, you guys
haven't applied yet. You haven't applied yet.
Guys.
We've applied already. We're waiting for you to apply. Then I can add you to the team. We apply.
Francis as my manager.
Yes.
Because I applied under sincere sarcasm.
It has the website. Having been there, I'm hoping there's just somebody at Anaheim Convention Center that just sees the name. It's like, well, yeah, of course we're gonna have this guy come in again because that name is hilarious. Because every time I get my badge, I'm like, sincere sarcasm, huh? They always comment on the name. It's like, yes, that's what I named my that's what I named my quote unquote company. Yeah. What about it? So even Josh and I got that same kind of like sincere sarcasm, huh? Like, yeah. So no, Josh will hopefully be there as well for this, as well as DragonCon. Well, maybe all three of us will be at DragonCon too, in the end of the near the end of the year. So we have a lot of cons going. This is now no longer points of interest; it's conventional wisdom. No,
right.
But yeah, no, we got exciting things to look forward to, and for everyone who's in here, thank you for bringing in your bots. So that it looks like we have people in here watching us.
Hell yeah.
You doubled our numbers for the.
Really, matter? Does it matter who's watching as long as somebody's watching?
No.
Says that they're watching.
No, like I just want these guys to follow. Get us to 30. We're at 25 right now. Get us to 30. There's 10 of you, and 5 of you I know are not following us right now. So follow us, so you too can listen to us ramble about dogs and show off our gross plastic braces. Yeah, look at that. Talk about Estelle.
Yeah.
Talk about Estelle Getty right there. Look at that.
God, that was gross. Sorry. I'm so sorry. But I hate to be that person, but I gotta wrap it up. Otherwise,
It is that
dog
time.
war will commence.
Dog war.
Yeah, dog war.
So don't forget, everyone, to follow.
Yes, definitely subscribe, follow, like, share, tell your friends, interact in the chats with us, have some fun, do all the things. Savannah, this is where the music usually will be.
Dun 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 dun.
Exactly. Where can people find you on the internet if they wanted to do so?
Speakcaketome.com. That website doesn't exist anymore. I'm on Twitter, Master Raptors. That's it. And I, thanks to Guapo, I'm gonna go by the new handle of Raptor. So.
Yeah, I think that's what we should start just calling it now. This is Raptor. Maybe. Francis, where can people find you when you're not beatboxing?
I wish I could beatbox. I've seen people do it, and it's amazing. SincerSarcasm.net, your home for coverage of conventions and all sorts of things. And I have to do a write-up. I'm pretty sure I have to do a write-up. So go and check it out at SincerSarcasm.net, the home of people. Love you too, Ginger.
The home of people doing things. You can find me at 303_ninja on the Twitter. There's 303ninja on the Instagram. You can email us at thepoi podcast@gmail.com. You can call us voicemail or text at 314-764-7631. That's everything, I think. POI Podcast. We'll be here next week, next Tuesday. Thanks for everybody watching.
Veronica Taylor coming soon.
Bye. Veronica Taylor coming soon.
Oh wait, I should probably click.
Out.
I have to end the stream.